Well, we apologize for any audio issues, and we apologize that we may have missed an Alta touchdown. But welcome into the Rewind Sports Network here on KSLSports.com. Now that the audio issue is fixed, let's take a look at the Springville offense, who takes a run. Valletti can't be brought down, and Valletti finally wrestled down, but inside the red zone, and the Springville Red Devils have a chance to respond to the earlier touchdown from the Alta Hawks. 6:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Alta leads it 7-0 thanks to a touchdown pass from Tucker Brown as he gets his first touchdown of the season. And now here comes the Springville Red Devils with Valletti looking for that response again just moments ago after Valletti makes off for a big run. But it is fourth down. We have the flags coming out. And a call here from the officials, Brian.
Yeah, we may be getting one on the offense here. We'll have to wait and see. It looked like the fullback was lurching just a little bit there, Alex. Not sure if they saw it. We saw it up here. There they go.
False start.
Just another season of love and positivity. We're on the same page with the officials already, even though we haven't been on the same page all day. Apologize to everybody out there for the delays and technical difficulties. It's first game of the season.
Big penalty called there on fourth down. And instead of a 4th and 1, you get a 4th and 6, ball on the 24-yard line. As Springville, again, trying to respond after that earlier touchdown, down by 7. Valletti under center. He'll take the snap. He'll drops back. Looks up. Spins out of danger. Now up the sideline past the 20 and past. We'll see where this ball
got
is.
it, I think. Yeah.
And he just got it. It'll be a first down, Springville.
Boy, that is the thing about Luciate Valletti. He can get it done through the air, but he can also get it done so well on the ground. Saw earlier in the drive, picking up with a design run, but able to scramble out of what was a pretty good cage rush there from the Alta Hawks, and Valletti picks up a huge first down to keep this drive alive.
First down coming up now for the Springville Red Devils. Luciate Valletti putting the offense on his back. Now he'll line up in the shotgun. Harris in the backfield. He'll take the snap. Gets it out quick. A comp by Toki. And Toki brought down by the Alta Hawks defense.
And this is a Hawks defense that returns a lot of experience. You got Bear Turner out there, Cole Albrecht. You see Albrecht, big number 11. He is a weapon. Not able to pick up a big gain on that one is Springville. And they're going to struggle with that for most of the game, Alex. But it's one of those plays that you want to keep going to, because the second a player gets tired, misses assignment, it can go for a big one.
Toki definitely has the skill sets as well to make it a big one. Now here comes Valletti. He'll go under center. Harris in the backfield. Another fumble on the snap, and he just has to get rid of this one. Again, looking out in the direction of Toki. It falls incomplete, but a miscue here for the Red Devils.
I don't know if we can credit the turf monster fully for a hurry on that one, but Valletti was trying to escape the rush, not able to get enough underneath that throw. Luckily gets it in the area of his receiver, so no potential for intentional grounding. He's also outside the pocket. For the Red Devils, what was such a promising beginning to this series of downs, now they're locked into 3rd and long.
Here comes Valletti. Valletti takes the snap, drops back, steps up in the pocket under pressure, has to get rid of it, falls incomplete. And they're looking in the direction of Emmett Walker as it hits the turf.
Well,
Max Harris.
Yeah, I think really what's been so disruptive for Springville is the rush for the Alta Hawks. And this is an experienced offensive front for Springville. A lot of seniors on this offensive line. You can see early on, I think they're a little confused, maybe a little surprised by how big and strong that Alta front is.
4th down and 10, 4:51. A field goal coming up here for the Red Devils. The kick is up, and the kick is no good as it goes out to the left. And it will remain 7-0 for the Alta Hawks. A miss there on the field goal for the Red Devils as they look for 3.
Just of all the options for the end of the drive, that's one of the most heartbreaking ones. Springville able to pick up some good chunk yards. You know, I was talking on the broadcast about explosive plays, Alex. They got a big explosive play from Valetti there. Picked up that 4th down, just not able to convert into points. And unfortunately, now you hand that ball back to a very explosive Alta offense that has to be feeling confident after that first series.
Here comes Tucker Brown and this offense once more. Touchdown on the last drive. We'll see if they can replicate that drive. Tucker Brown took him 3 plays to get the ball into the end zone. Tucker Brown, returning senior quarterback for the Alta Hawks, sends a receiver in motion, and prior to, we'll have flags come out for a false start.
Procedure on that one on offense. I think the center might have caught a whiff of what's going on over here in the north end zone with all the food trucks. A little daydreaming action, just a little slow on the snap. Everybody else is gone, and so that's a 5-yard penalty against the Hawks.
Can't blame them. Smell them up. We smell it up here too.
It's a great setup down here at Springville. Another beautiful view.
Tucker Brown hands it off, run up the middle by the Alta Hawks. Gets a good chunk of yardage here, and it brings up 2nd down.
That's a great call there by offensive coordinator Marshall Henderson. And for Alta, they tried to run the ball last year, just didn't have as an effective a running game. You can see that it's a priority for them this season. I think offensively the passing game will be super explosive, but if they can control the football on the ground, that will make this offense really good.
Trevin Cook there with the run. Cook again with the handoff. Right up the middle, gets the 1st down and brought down. Trevin Cook, the junior, making the plays with his legs.
Well, it's gets up a little nicked up as he gets tackled there, but we've got one, a new member to the Pancake Platoon, number 77, Viljami Nusi, with the absolute decleater on the pull there for the Hawks.
Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Hand off again to Cook. Cook bounces out to the right, gets past 1, can't get past a 2nd, and wrestled down. 2-yard gain there for Trevin Cook.
And you can see that Springville's starting to get acclimated to that little inside trap play. Now Alta trying to go with some tempo to maybe counter this and get a bigger gain here on 2nd down.
3:40 left to go here in the 1st quarter. The Alta Hawks lead it 7-0. Tucker Brown took him 3 plays to get the ball into the end zone. 2nd down here for the Hawks. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. 3 receivers lined up to the near side. Brown takes the snap, drops back, gets it out to Cook. Cook gets back towards the middle, passes 1, and then gets brought down by 2. Cameron Hassel who made the play.
If you're looking for teach tape on how to tackle in the open field, that is a perfect example there from the Springville Red Devils. A much-needed stop to put this Alta Hawks offense into 3rd and Brown Bear.
3rd and Brown Bear coming up. It's the Alta Hawks. They need 5 to get the 1st. Taken here by Brown. Brown gets it out quick. A cut. Takes it up the sideline. It's Strong, who gets past 1, gets past 2, and then finally pushed out of bounds. Past the 45, the flag comes out, but William Strong with a big play.
Hey, we'll wait and see on the flag. It's more than likely a personal foul here. I don't like the call because Bear Strong was trying to tightrope it there down the sideline. But really what I'm impressed with on that one, Alex, was the recognition by Tucker Brown of the A-gap blitz. Immediately sees it, finds his hot receiver there in the flat, able to pick up the 1st down. They're going to get 15 more on top of it. Just a really heady play from a player that's had a lot of experience in Tucker Brown.
Just what you want to see out of Tucker Brown, right? Last year, as a junior, had a phenomenal season for this Alta Hawks side. Now as a senior, expecting to take another big step and see if they can lead this Hawks team with a deep playoff run.
And as you see, the penalty is assessed there, but like you said, Alex, I think Tucker Brown is one of those names that people don't maybe know as well as some of the other quarterbacks in the state. He's a really talented player.
Brown drops back, going deep towards Strong. Strong with the catch and pushed out of bounds. Into the red zone is Alta and William Strong, back-to-back big plays.
And if we talk about the evolution of Tucker Brown, eventually he's going to hit that one more in stride and probably find Bear Strong in the end zone. But regardless, he gets the ball to his open receiver. Bear Strong has basically been moving the offense on his own. Not quite ready to call him yet, but he's in him territory.
First down and goal. Tucker Brown sends his receivers into motion. Three bunched up to the near sideline. Brown drops back, gets it out to Strong. Strong wrestled down after about 2 yards there on the gain there from Strong. And he'll bring up second and goal.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly who that was on the tackle, but it was a great job to get Strong down to the ground. I believe it might have been Tua Nofahu, or excuse me, Seosi Toki. A great tackle.
Cook lined up in the backfield. Tucker Brown gets it into the end zone, but through the hands and incomplete, intended there for Steven Tuha. And it hits the turf. Third down coming up again for the Hawks.
And you can see what a little bit of a danger it is trying to throw over the middle there. That area is so compacted. It's such a tight window to try to put the quarterback, for the quarterback to try to put the ball into here. Kind of wonder if maybe Alta tries to pick it up on the ground with this one.
Big third down play coming up here for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, rolls out to his right, towards the end zone, caught, touchdown Hawks! Steven Tuha tiptoes inside the end zone, and it's a touchdown Alta.
Well, that's why I stand in the booth and not on the sidelines making play calls. It's a great job by Marshall Henderson to get him outside, get Tucker rolling out with his receiver, puts a pinpoint pass right on the money. Tua able to tiptoe 2 feet in, makes the catch, and it's another touchdown for the Alta Hawks.
Touchdown Alta, and that touchdown brought to you by Axio EV. The kick is up, the kick is good from Jack McAllister through to make it 14-0, and that kick is brought to you by Stacker Pearson Materials and Construction. Touchdown Hawks, 14-0 with 1:52 left to go. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network.
One of those long days working on your feet? Turn your aching feet to happy feet at Salt Lake Running Company. Our award-winning trained staff will provide a custom shoe fitting that will help you find the shoes, inserts, and socks that will make your workday the best it can be. Locally owned and operated for 30 years, SLRC offers rewards, training groups, races, and free community events. Visit us in-store or online today at slrc.com. Your work feet and workout life will get a boost.
14-0, Alta leads it after that touchdown catch by Tuha. And here comes Jack McAllister to boot this one away off the kickoff as Alta leads it away. And Jack McAllister, he's got a leg. I watched him in a state championship soccer game kick a free kick from about midfield to win the state championship. He's got a leg, and I hope with this win we might be able to see some 70-yarders, Brian.
Yeah, and that's one phase of the game that Alta really focuses on. You've got Coach Burdett, got Coach Tua managing the defensive side of the ball, Coach Henderson. They also have a special teams coordinator in Joe Wilmore, who's done a great job. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to have to re-kick this one. We're going to see a lot of these kinds of mistakes early on, so for everybody watching at home, trying to figure out why are they doing this, first game of the season. Nerves, especially at the high school level, are always through the roof.
McAllister again will boot this one away through the end zone and out for the touchback. And we'll have another chance here to see Valenti and this offense come out for another drive as they need some points.
And more than anything, I think they need to give that defense an opportunity to settle down and catch their breath. They've had 2 very explosive drives for the Alta Hawks. Springville able to make a few plays there in the second drive, but not enough to keep them out of the end zone. Right now, I think Springville not only needs some yards, but they really would like to get a score.
Valetti and the offense here on first down. Ball on the 20 with 1:52 left to go. Valetti will go under center. He'll take the snap. He'll rose out to his right. Gets it out quick. Caught up the sideline and pushed out of bounds. That'll be Valetti on the catch. Valetti to Valetti action there.
Yeah, and for anybody who knows Springville football, the Valetti family basically is Springville. Had a legacy here, multiple family members, done it all. So the Valetti to Valetti connection, not unusual to those who actually know and follow the Red Devils. For us, that's a great pickup on first down, Alex.
And of course, head coach Dave Valetti.
Yeah. 4th year here at Springville, done a great job.
Valetti will go under center. Valetti will hand it off to Harris. Harris straight up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and then finally wrestled down. Huge gain there by Max Harris, and the flag comes out.
I'm wondering where it's positioned, if it isn't a face mask, something to that effect. We'll wait and see what the white hat tells us here.
That will be a face mask there going against the Alta Hawks. Give him a couple extra yards after that big Max Harris run. And it's first down, Springville.
Yeah, it's basically like back-to-back explosive plays. You get over 15 yards on the run there, and then you get another 15 with a penalty, and suddenly Springville is deep into Alta territory, almost in a scoring position.
1:24 left to go as the clock winds down here on this first quarter. Valetti takes the snap. He'll hand it off again, straight up the middle, and brought down. Big run by the Springville Red Devils, and he'll be just short of the first down by Max Harris.
Well, you love that response from the Springville offense.
That was Harris. Yes, that was Harris. Not
Yeah.
Max Harris, but it was Harris.
Like I said, love that response from the offense. They're using a variety of guys. We've got Harris, Valetti's. Everybody's touching the football right now, and it's leading to production. For that offensive line, they're starting to get a lot of movement in the run game.
Max Harris back into the game. Valetti under center. He'll take the snap. Hand off to Valetti. Valetti gets past one, can't get past the second. Past the 20 and into the red zone for the Red Devils.
Well, I love this from Springville. They're trying to make fullbacks great again, and it's a nice little inside handoff there to Valetti. And he's nimble enough to get inside on the blockers, but powerful enough to run guys over, and picks up a big first down. And now the Springville Red Devils are inside the red zone.
Another big play here in the first quarter by Tuiono Valetti. As a first down inside the 20. Valetti, handoff up the middle. Still on his feet, and then finally brought down. Big play by the Red Devils.
And I love this response by Springville. They're just going to the ground and pound all series long. We saw that one opener pass. Otherwise, it's been nothing but run game.
So we head to the end of the first quarter. Alta up 14-0. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. As we get ready to start second quarter action here at Springville High, I want to take a quick shout out to all of our sponsors. Alsco Uniforms, proud sponsor of the Alta Hawks football. Under the lights and in the heart of our community, tonight's game is brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving our hometown for over 135 years. From the first whistle to the final play, we keep teams and businesses looking their best. Alsco Uniforms, it pays to keep clean. Run up the middle by the Red Devils, quickly brought down, and it'll bring up a third down with 5 to go for the Springville Red Devils. also Craver's Steak and Seafood, proud sponsor of Alta football. From first dates to celebrations, Carver Steaks and Seafood sets the table for life's best moments. Prime steaks, fresh food, and service that makes you feel like family, locally owned in Sandy. Valetti gets it out towards the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Springville. Zachary Henderson into the end zone and pulls one back. 6-14 Alta pending the PAT.
Just a beautiful ball there from Lisiate Valetti. All the way across the field, finds the receiver streaking to the corner pylon, and it is nothing but pay dirt for the Springville Red Devils.
PAT coming up here for the Red Devils. The kick is up. The kick is good, but we have a flag out.
Try to switch mics. Try to switch mics at a break.
I wonder if it's because he's lower. Just puts it right up to his mouth. That might help. I don't think we have another mic.
No, I mean, like, I can give them mine.
Oh,
I'm loud, yeah. A lot of time to discuss this flag out there. Not exactly sure. I wonder if it has something to do with where the penalty will be assessed.
Waiting here for the call from the official. 11:13 to go.
So with the explanation there from the official, point after attempt is good, and then a personal foul against the Alta Hawks. That's going to allow Springville to kick off from the 45-yard line. And Alex, it brings up an interesting thought process. Do you try an onside kick here if you're Springville, either a surprise kick or maybe something designed to try and get the ball back and even up the possessions a little bit more? Take advantage of a short field.
Here comes the kick from the Red Devils, and he'll just boot this one up and away past the end zone, through the uprights, out for the touchback, and here comes Tucker Brown and the Alta offense.
And instead, we just give a little confidence boost to the kicker, let him see one go through the uprights again. You always want to keep those guys feeling good, feeling happy. Gordon Chiesa, the great Utah Jazz assistant coach, used to say, hug your point guards. I say, hug your kickers, hug your quarterbacks. Those guys always need to be feeling good.
Here comes a first down now for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown, and this offense out again. Brown in the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff to Cook. Cook bounces out to the right. Tries to find the edge, but brought down, and it'll be a loss for the Alta Hawks.
And tried to bounce it outside. Springville did a good job of bunching it up where they were trying to go. Cook's not able to cut it back against the grain there, and I don't know if Alta has maybe a pull or a redesign in that one. We'll have to keep an eye on that for sure.
Brown again lined up in the shotgun. Three receivers. Punched up to the near side. Brown gets it out over the top, looking for Fabrizio. And a huge defensive play by the Red Devils as Braden Smith there on the play. But the flag comes out.
Yeah, flag there at the 25-yard line, so I wonder if maybe this is an early contact penalty, especially where it's positioned there on the sideline, or it could be illegal man downfield. That's always, man, if it's that, I just hate to see it. Not that I would ever encourage anybody to follow me on Twitter, but okay. Alex, if there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that I do not support the illegal man downfield penalty.
It'll go in favor of the Alta Hawks. It'll bring up 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line. Receivers out in motion, 3 lined up to the near sideline as Tucker Brown will take the snap. He drops back, gets it out to Strong. Strong brought down just before the 45-yard line.
Well, Bear living up to his last name. He's very strong out there on the edge, and that was a strong ball from Tucker Brown. I'm pretty sure the audience at home can tell the wind is swirling, and it is a awkward east to west direction almost across the field, and just love the touch throw there from Tucker Brown.
Brown goes empty backfield here on 2nd and short. Brown takes the snap. Ball comes out to Cook, but we have flags coming out.
I believe we're going to get a false start penalty. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see movement on the inside, so it looked like it might have been one of the wide receivers.
False start here against the Alta Hawks. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the visiting Hawks. Cook lined up in the backfield. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. 3 receivers lined up to the far sideline. Cook goes in motion. Brown drops back, gets it to Cook. Cook on the screen trying to get past one and can't get past. Huge play there by the Springville Red Devils, as it looks like Stafford Small coming up and making that play.
Yeah, Stafford Small, and he had help there from Tua Naufahu. They did a great job on the perimeter, corralling Cook. Wouldn't let him out of the kitchen, so to speak. It brings up 3rd and long now for the Alta Hawks.
Remember, it was 2nd and short. Then you get the penalty, pushes you back a little bit. Now brings up 3rd and 6. And we'll see what this Alta side is able to draw up here on 3rd down. Tucker Brown will take the snap. He'll drop back, rolls out to his right. Tucker Brown trying to get it to Strong. Strong brings it in, and it's incomplete.
You can see there, good job by Tucker Brown of spreading the play out as long as he could, shortening that window for a defender to get in the way, just not able to time it well enough with his right receiver to keep him in bounds. And this one's going to end up being a punt to a Springville offense that really did a good job in the previous drive to claw their way back into this game. Also, it's a huge stop for the Springville defense.
A lot of credit to Stafford Small for making the huge play. The punt is away, and the Springville Red Devils will get possession back. This one will roll and will be spotted there at the 25-yard line, and that's where we'll see Valetti and this offense come back out. Like you mentioned, Brian, big drive the last time around. We'll see if Valetti and this offense can replicate that again and try to tie it up here in the 2nd quarter.
And we saw in that previous drive that it was on the ground that Springville was really able to make some progress. We'll have to see if Coach Valetti and his staff, I believe Coach Bill's the offensive coordinator, decide to stick with the ground game. I know they're very confident in this offensive line. It's a senior-heavy team in general, and it's a group that's played a lot and played together. For Springville, being able to equalize at this point would be a massive win already after going down early 14-0.
8 returning seniors on this offense, as Harris up the middle gets a good run there, about 6 on the carry for Max Harris. And excuse me, I meant 8 returning starters on offense for Springville.
Yeah, and that interior of the Alta Hawks defense, not exactly one of the biggest size-wise, but they're tough and they're competitive. He's doing a much better job stuffing things up and limiting those runs. 6 yards on 1st down, still a good gain.
2nd down coming up here for Springville. Valetti will hand it off straight up the middle as Valetti breaking through, rumbling through a couple of guys and gets enough for the 1st down.
That's just power football there. You're getting 2 big bodies on the interior of the defensive line and just straight double teams down the field. When you have a fullback like Valetti, it is such a weapon, especially at this level. He's got speed, he's got strength. You can just get him downhill and into the teeth of that defense. He's going to get you yards.
Good start here to the first half from both Harris and Valetti, both coming up with some big plays on offense as Valetti will roll out to his right. Extending the play, gets it out, the flag comes out. Caught there on the near sideline by McHose. And we have that flag there at the midfield. Be holding here against against Alta.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't have a booth cam. I mean, it's a good thing, right? But all three of us giving the holding sign on that one. Start watching enough of these games, you kind of get a feel for what's coming. And for the Hawks, that's a big give up because it's another first down for the Springville offense. You had the stop there. Again, first game of the season, you kind of have to live with some of these mistakes. But if you're Alta right now, it's time to buckle down. Springville is threatening to cross that midline, and they've shown once they cross midfield, they can get downhill quickly.
First down coming up now for the Red Devils. Valetti lined up at the shotgun, sends his receiver in motion. Valetti takes the snap, pitches it off, and a reverse there from Toki. Toki up the sideline. Toki wrestled out of bounds. And Sayosi Toki with a huge play.
Yeah, and he's made a couple big plays on defense. Does a great job on the reverse there, and Alta defender lucky to get him out of bounds before there was either a penalty or a broken tackle. Great call there from Coach Bills, the offensive coordinator.
Toki had a big play earlier, and he's showing that in the open field, he can be very good. Toki here in this first half. Valetti will now go under center. Valetti takes the snap. Hand off to Harris. Harris bounces out to the right. Harris up the sideline. Harris past the 20 and brought down inside the red zone. Tackle there made by Riker Ellis, but Max Harris with a huge first down.
Yeah, Riker Ellis is a dog. Also, you don't ever want your corner to be in a position where he has to shed a block and make a tackle. He's able to do both. And the reason he's a dog is because he saved a would-have-been touchdown from Harris there as he'd broken outside, just had the one player to beat.
Big play by Ellis. And now here comes a first down play for the Springville Red Devils. Valetti again under center. Valetti, handoff to Tuiono Valetti. And Tuiono Valetti stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Logan Shuck making the challenge.
You can see what Springville wants to do. They just want to do power football here. And they have so many good weapons that they can use on the ground. You can use Valetti, the quarterback. You can use Valetti, the fullback. Harris, the tailback. And we see Sayosi take the handoff in the reverse. You kind of lull a defense into a bit of a fight or flight situation. You wonder if maybe they don't go with a pass play here like they did last time.
Ball goes out. Good game there by the Red Devils. 5 yards for Max Harris.
And again, just keep doing what's working for you sometimes. You see just a 5-yard gain for Harris. You're controlling the clock, controlling possession, and you've basically controlled the entirety of this second quarter with 2 series. And for Springville, just getting more points on the board after being down 14-0, such a big win.
5:25 left to go in the second quarter. A huge third down play coming up here for the Red Devils. They ball on the 11. Valetti, handoff. Another reverse. This one goes out to the left. And a brought down before getting the first down gain. And it was Naufahu with the play.
Yeah, Tua Naufahu from his tight end position, taking the inside handoff. That's what I love about high school football. You see old school wing T stuff. You see old school single wing stuff. All these coaches that have either been around for a long time or seen things passed down from staff to staff, those little wrinkles. You love to see a tight end getting a handoff.
4th down, and of course, Brian, they're going to go for it. Valetti lined up under center. Huge 4th down play coming up here for the Red Devils. Handoff to Harris. No, Valetti keeps it, gets it off into the end zone. Touchdown! Springville! Toki into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils!
Perfect patience from Lisiate Valetti. He avoids the rush, finds the offensive player streaking to the east side of the end zone again, and just like last drive, it is pay dirt for the Springville Red Devils.
Could be a tie game here pending the PAT with 4:23 left to go. The kick is up, but the flags come out again, Brian.
It's first game of the season, so obviously the officials need to get some work into.
We'll try it again on the kick. Thirteen to 14, excuse me, pending the PAT. Springville here looking to tie it up. Big response by the Red Devils here in the second quarter after going down by 14. The kick is up, the kick is good, and it's a tie ball game at 14 apiece. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network as the Red Devils just tied it up. That one will take a bounce at the 10. It'll roll into the end zone, into the end zone and out for the touchback. And here comes Tucker Brown and the Alta Hawks offense. Again, they were up by 14-0, up 2 touchdowns. Give credit to that Springville offense as they've come up big here in this second quarter, but now the Alta Hawks need to respond.
And it's crazy to say that for an offense that scored on the first 2 possessions almost with ease, especially on the first one, but right now, momentum has gone clearly in the direction of the Red Devils.
Hand up the middle to Cook, and he's met. He's going to go down for a loss. Big play defensively by the Red Devils.
And again, not a lot of superstars on this Red Devils defense, but a lot of good players, a lot of returning starters or players with returning experience. And you can see that in the way they stick to their assignments and fly to the football.
Second and long coming up here for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. Brown will take the snap, gets it out to the right. Caught up the sideline, gets past one, can't get past a second. Big play there for the Alta Hawks as Fabricio with a big catch.
And again, I don't like to advertise my social media too much, but I did a little preview. I mentioned that I think this Alta wide receiver course is one of the sneaky best wide receiver groups in the state. Now, I get it. Everybody who watched Davis last night, they are cream of the crop, but I think this Alta crew has something to say.
Tucker Brown takes the snap, drops back up the middle to Strong. Strong with the catch, past the first down marker, and a huge play as he's wrestled down near the 50. Strong with another big catch.
Just beside myself, because Bear Strong is such a matchup nightmare, but I love the poise and the calm from Tucker Brown. Had a little bit of a rocky series last time. You see Springville's going to take a timeout here, and it's because Alta bounced back and responded exactly how you would expect a Coach Blake Burdett team to respond.
Big play by Strong. As they get the first down play, timeout taken. We'll take this chance to shout out our sponsors. Big thank you to Axio EV for sponsoring Alta's touchdowns this season. Ready to upgrade to an electric or a hybrid? Axio EV has hundreds of used EVs and hybrids in stock at fantastic prices. Axio EV in Sandy, Utah's fastest growing used EV dealer. Big shout out to as well to Southtown Mitsubishi. Do you know where to buy a new SUV? with a 100,000-mile warranty for less than $30,000. Southtown Mitsubishi and Sandy at the Southtown Auto Mall. Shop now at utahmeets.com. First down now coming up for the Alta Hawks with 3:33 left to go in this second quarter. Alta need a response. A 2-touchdown lead evaporated as Tucker Brown over the top. Fabrizio tries to bring it in with one hand, but it hits the turf and falls incomplete.
Yeah, just a little too much on that one from Tucker Brown. Had his wide receiver there open down the sideline, trying to lead him out there. Just not able to connect on that one. Just got to flush that one down, Alex, and play forward.
Second down coming up now for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown sends Strong in motion. Brown gets it out to Strong, but prior to the play, the flags come out, the whistle, and a false start here against the Hawks.
And that's the second time we've seen a false start like that from the Hawks when they had a good thing going. You had Bear Strong out in the flat. It's exactly where you want to get a big, physical, athletic player like Bear.
Second and long coming up now for Alta. Good timeout called by Springville. Looked like Alta was about to move this ball down the field with ease, and instead now you're looking at a second and long. Let's see what Alta can do here on second down with Brown sending Strong in motion. Tucker Brown takes a snap, handoff up the middle as a run up to the side as Bennett Coaster bounces out to the right.
And you see Tucker Brown hesitate a little bit on the handoff, making sure that the defender commits, allows Coaster to get to the outside and pick up a little extra yardage. There just wasn't a whole lot there. This defensive front from Springville has really settled in and stopping the run.
Third and long coming up now for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 out to the far. Tucker Brown gets it out to the far, and him and Fabrizio not on the same page. It goes incomplete, and it brings up fourth down.
And for this one, if you're Alta, just punt the ball away. It was miscue after miscue. They had something good going. Great timeout call there by Springville, and everybody wondering at home, 2:48 left in the game. I don't mind that from Coach Folletti in the first half. It's more important to get the stop than it is to conserve timeouts for a last-minute drive. You still got 3 minutes. That's enough time, even with the ground game that Springville's been focusing on. It's enough time to get the ball down the field. I don't know that they can get in the field goal range.
Bear Turner will boot this one away. Fielded by the Red Devils and immediately wrestled down. There on the return was Samuel Nadald, but he's going nowhere.
Good coverage there by the Alta Hawks punt unit. Bear Turner was kind of a funky, not really an Aussie-style kick. I mean, they tried to do a rugby style. They didn't get that traditional arc, that drop like the Aussies like to use. I promise I'm not cringing on your special teams territory here.
And it probably doesn't help that the wind is right in Bear Turner's face.
That too.
This wind is just continuing to pick up here at Springville. First down coming up now for the Red Devils. Valetti under center. Valetti rolls out. Dumps it off to Harris, and Max Harris can't bring it in. He had space. He had the room. Didn't bring in the catch. Hits the turf, incomplete.
He had space. He had room. He also had an offensive lineman that was about 7 yards downfield. Don't know if the officials saw that and didn't call it because of the incompletion, but it was a great call regardless by Springville, just not able to complete the pass.
Second down coming up now for the Red Devils. Valetti lined up under center. To Iono Valetti and Harris. Handoff to Harris. Tries to bounce out to the drive, breaks the tackle, and then brought down by the Hawks. Looks like that was Coaster and Turner there making the challenge.
Yeah, I see Riker Ellis walking away from the pile as well. You can see what this Alta Hawks defense has to do just in order to get stops. It's a team effort defensively. That run game from Springville, you think they're just a power football team, then they bounce it outside, able to pick up yards in a variety of methods. Just a really, really impressive performance and bounce back, really, for the Springville offense.
Big third down play coming up now for Springville. 1:54 left to go here in the second quarter. Halftime approaching. Springville trying to get the first down, but prior to, we'll have flags come out. False start here against the Red Devils. And it'll make a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and long. Third down coming up after the false start. Time ticking away. Valetti will go under center. Tuiona Valetti and Harris in the backfield. Steps up in the pocket, pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked.
Boy, just a 2-yard loss on that, but Valetti pays the price as it looked like it was Liam Rowley applying the pressure there, and just a horde of Hawks defenders tackling him and bringing him down. That's the best looking pressure that I've seen from Alta since Springville started running the football. You can tell with only 53 seconds left here in the second quarter, I believe the Hawks called timeout on that one, trying to preserve just a little bit as we enter into 4th down.
They want as much as that clock as they can keep on that prior to the halftime break. They'll take the timeout. Springville trying to force Springville to punt it away, give it back, and see if they can take a lead prior to the end of the first half. Again, shout out to our sponsors, and thank you for sponsoring Alta football. Shout out to Generous Auto. Get $2,000 more for your trade-in at Generous Auto. Check your vehicle's value at kbb.com, then bring it to Generous Auto at the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy for $2,000 over KBB. Generous Auto, creating smiles for miles.
Not only sponsors, but thank you to all the fans who showed up and everybody watching at home. A great crowd here from the home crowd of Springville, especially where I believe school hasn't started down here yet.
The punt is away, and it's a short, caught by the wind. It'll go out of bounds. And a great field position here for the Alta Hawks as they'll come back onto the field with 1:10 left to go, but the flag comes out, Brian.
Yeah, and this one's gonna go against Alta. Didn't see anybody from the punt block team get a hand on the ball, and so I believe this is gonna be a full-on roughing the kicker. And I understand the thought process from Coach Burdett. You want to rush, you want to try and get a block, try and create a havoc play. And with those guys, just have to go in more disciplined on that one. Now you give the ball back to Springville, and it looks like the officials actually added time to the clock. Got 1:10 left, and now they've got the ball at the 35-yard line. That's plenty of time to get a big explosive play or two even, trying to get in position to get some points.
Springville retained possession. Two receivers lined up to the near side, one out to the far sideline as Valetti lined up in the shotgun. Valetti takes the snap, pressure coming, dumps it off, and it falls incomplete, but the flag comes out.
All right, so this is where we have to do some explaining. It's not just love and positivity. The targeting rule for high school sports is different from the one that you see every Saturday and Sunday in college and the NFL. Pretty much anything where you touch the quarterback can be considered either targeting or roughing the passer depending on where it's at. So while I love the effort from Cole Albrecht, that's one of those judgment calls that the official has the potential to make every single time. I'm not saying that people at home can't be frustrated. You can be frustrated, you can be mad. Don't throw your sodas at the TVs, those are expensive. Most of the sodas and the TVs these days.
Cole Albrecht called for the flag there, and a first down coming up now for Springville as Valetti looking to air it out, going deep, and it's intercepted! Brought down by Riker Ellis. Puts the ball in the air, interception, it's going the other way. Alta ball with 59 seconds left.
Riker Ellis is a ball hawk for sure. Saw him a lot last year, Alex. Saw him make some huge plays in the playoff game against Bonneville. And when the Hawks needed it most, he stepped up. It's a great job by Springville to get one-on-one coverage. I think the ball just held up a little bit on Valetti there. And Riker Ellis uses those long arms, a great body position to go up and snatch it out of the air and create a turnover.
Huge, monumental play there by Riker Ellis for the Alta Hawks. They'll get the ball back with a minute to go here in the second quarter as they try to take the lead late. Strong makes the catch. He goes out to his right, but the flags are out.
Yeah, we got two of them on this play. I don't know if that's a double penalty, but we'll wait for the calls. It looks like it's offsides for at least one of them. I wonder if maybe we get an offensive call as well, as there's a penalty on the near sideline too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the first half of week 1 of high school football. Not too many flags and not too many stoppages through the first quarter, but here in the second quarter, both sides having to put themselves in long yardage situations.
And for Alta, this puts them in a really dangerous position. They're on the 15-yard line now of Springville. The wind has really picked up. 57 seconds left.
We'll have another stoppage as the clock was already rolling. Making sure Alta can get each and every second that they can. As we now start the clock. Clock ticking away here with 50 seconds left.
And if you're Alta, you want to try and milk as much time off the clock as possible. The play clock didn't even start, too. Again, we're going to say this a lot tonight. First game of the season. Even play clock operators are trying to get back into it.
Brown drops back, rolls out to his right, escapes, gets it down. Strong catches it, goes out of bounds, and Strong again coming up big for the Alta Hawks.
Now, Tucker Brown is not known as a runner, but he is great with his feet. You see the footwork there, gets the defender to commit, allows his receiver that extra time to get open, throws a great ball. That's a big pickup for Alta. Now gives them a little bit of life with 27 seconds left.
First down coming up, ball on the 36-yard line for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown wasn't afraid to air it out early in the first quarter. We'll see if they decide to air it out here. Instead, he'll dump it off to Cook, and Cook goes out of bounds.
Alta has a lot of confidence in their kicker. He's got a big leg. I don't know that there's a whole lot of risk with kicking something deep with this wind going on at the end of the half. You got to get about probably 20 more yards to get in decent field goal range right now. Well, more than that.
22 seconds left. Brown drops back. And it's intercepted. Ball going the other way for the Red Devils. Up the sideline. And he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Springville. Pick six. Zachary Henderson. And the Red Devils take a lead.
What a monster play by Zachary Henderson. drops back into his zone, sees the ball go just a little too far over the hands of the outstretched Bear Strong, secures the pigskin, and he's headed for pay dirt as he puts the Springville Red Devils ahead with 10 seconds left here in the second quarter.
That is a helmet sticker brought to you by Tap Bank. Huge play by Henderson. And just like that, Springville lead it. The kick is no good, and it'll stay 20-14 with 10 seconds left.
Yeah, we mentioned the wind there. I have to wonder if maybe that had an effect on the throw from Tucker Brown. We're getting wind from different directions. It's almost like it's swirling in pockets around the field. Sometimes it's coming from the east, sometimes it's coming from the north. And on that one, the wind was a friend to Zachary Henderson.
Something new that we're doing here on the Rewind Sports Network this season, as you see the helmets there on the screen, that is our helmet stickers brought to you by Tab Bank. We call out big plays that stick out to us about guys making huge plays. And to me, Zachary Henderson is my helmet sticker for the night. A pick six to put them ahead at the dying seconds of the second quarter.
Yeah, it was just one play earlier where I was talking about Alta getting into field goal range, and Henderson plucks that one out of the air, turns a turnover into a pick six, puts Springville ahead. They'll likely go into halftime with a 6-point lead, barring some kind of crazy circumstance here. There are 10 seconds left, and if we know anything about high school football, truly anything can happen.
Exactly. That's what makes these Friday night lights so exciting. Kickoff here for the Red Devils, as he'll boot this one up and away, a short squib kick, but it'll go out of bounds. That was all wind, Brian.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a very high kick, but like you said, Alex, wind caught a hold of it and carried it way out of bounds. Just trying to squib it, maybe get it to bounce off a defender or create some kind of havoc play there, and instead Alta will get it on the 35-yard line. I'm curious what Coach Burdett's going to do here. If they're just going to take a knee or if they're going to try and take a shot.
First down coming up here for the Alta Hawks. Tucker Brown with the INT on the last play. He'll come back out and see what Alta decide to do with 10 seconds on the clock. First down for Tucker Brown. He'll drop back, gets it out to Cook. Cook with the catch, but he's met and brought down behind the line. It'll go down as a loss, and that'll be the final play here of this first half. A 14-0 lead for the Alta Hawks to start it off, but we head to the break with a 20-14 Springville lead. The Springville offense in that second quarter woke up, and it's been all Springville since. We'll head to the halftime break. Again, Springville up 20-14. And we'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Have you ever wanted to get $2,000 more for your trade-in? Well, now you can with the power of 3. 1. Go to kbb.com or kellybluebook.com. 2. Put your VIN number and your miles in and get the value on your vehicle. Or 3. Get into Axio EV in the Sandy Southtown Auto Mall, where we're giving you $2,000 more than Kelly Blue Book for your trade-in. AxioEV.com, creating smiles for miles.
Want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Alex Napolis standing alongside me is Brian Brown as we get ready to start second half action between the Springville Red Devils and the Alta Hawks. Jack McAllister will boot this one away. Springville will start us off with possession. Take you back a little bit. Remember, it was a pick six from Henderson who took it all the way to the house, and that is why Springville leads it after Alta led it 14-0.
Yeah, and you talk about a back and forth game, or even a tale of two quarters. It was Alta that went up early, 3 plays in, touchdown to Evan Morton, got another one on the board in the first. Springville came roaring back, finished with 20 unanswered points. We see a touchback there, but Alex, we knew this was going to be a great game. It could not be set up better here for the second half.
How important is it for Springville to come out here and score on this first drive, Brian?
Score, I think, important, but I think more importantly, it's about possessing the football and getting back to what they were doing so well there in the second quarter, which is running the football. If you can get it down into scoring territory, maybe get a field goal, desirably get a touchdown, that would be great, especially with the wind still swirling pretty heavily. It does impact that Alta running or passing attack. So the more points you can get, the better. But more importantly, you just need to possess the football and keep wearing down that Alta Hawks defense.
Valetti lining up under center. And prior to, flags come out.
I'm not sure about this one. Okay, yeah, looks like we're going to have an illegal participation maybe. Yep. And I have to shout out our Rewind crew. We are blessed tonight to have a great staff on hand, not just Alex and I. Great resources on both sides of us.
Big shout out to Josh on camera, helping us out tonight, and big shout out to Tucker. He's our spotter.
He's our everything right now.
Max Harris up the sideline. And he'll be pushed out of bounds. Good start here to the second half for Max Harris. See where the spot is. That'll be enough for the first down.
I think that's going to be enough for the first down as well. We'll get an official signal here shortly. Well, maybe just short of it, it looks like. Okay, no, there we go. Chain's moving. But 5-yard chunks, that's all Springville really needs. You can see Harris has been effective inside the tackles, has been effective outside the tackles. And more importantly, his blockers have done a great job.
First down coming up now for the Red Devils. Valetti under center, takes the snap. Handoff again to Harris. Harris back out to his right, gets tripped up. And that's enough for another 5-yard gain, just like you said, Brian.
Boy, I was worried, Alex. I didn't think we were going to get any members into the pancake platoon. We've already gotten 2 so far this game. Great job there by number 54, Kate Johnson, the senior offensive lineman. Gets the pancake on the pull block there. And more importantly, they get a 5-yard gain for Springville.
Good start here to the second half for the Red Devils. Max Harris, back-to-back runs, back-to-back 5-yard gains. And another second down coming up here for the home side with 10:48 left to go in the third quarter. Again, up 20-14. After that pick 6 from Henderson. Another handoff to Harris. He bounces out again to the right. And he gets, this time short, no, another 5 yards. And enough for the first down. Again, 3 back-to-back, same plays, same time run, and we get another first down.
Yeah, it's just simple outside power to the boundary, meaning the short side of the field. And I think Springville really likes the matchup they get as they play a little Big X the plug, biggest the largest. Only a slight flex from the press booth here at Springville. But really, they are asserting themselves in the run game with physicality.
Didn't think that we would get the biggest, the largest reference in the broadcast today, but here we are.
You never know.
As Valetti hand up the middle, this time stuffed by the Alta Hawks.
You see trying to change it up a little bit, and Alta ready for it there. And I'm sure they got coached up on it. A lot of focus at halftime about trying to stop the run up the middle. While Springville's still having success to the outside, they aren't going to be able to run that same play forever. Or maybe they will, who knows.
Logan Shuck making the play there for the Alta Hawks. 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Red Devils. Valetti will go under center. Valetti and Harris in the backfield. Handoff to Harris. Tries to bounce it out again to the right. Harris using his physicality, using his strength. Gets 3 on the game.
And for young players watching at home, and I'm sure there aren't a ton of them, but that's a great example of just keeping your feet moving and keeping your momentum going forward there by Harris. He actually runs into his blocker in the back, but just keeps driving those feet and able to work his way to the outside, break a tackle, and get a 4-yard gain after what looked like a stop.
3rd and long coming up here. Or I guess this is just on the borderline of 3rd and brown bear. You're looking at a 3rd and 6 with the ball on the 45.
That's pretty average to me. Again, it's okay to be average as long as you finish strong.
Valetti rolls out, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, escapes 3, and now he's up and gets the first down. Lisiati Valetti putting the team on his back on this scramble of first down, but the flags come out, Brian.
Yeah, and this one's going to go in favor of the Red Devils. It's going to be a targeting call. Again, need a refresher. Targeting rules at the high school level are different from college and pros. It doesn't have to be a defenseless player. It's any hit to the helmet, and that's what the officials are going to call here. Bigger deal. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. But the bigger story on this one, Alex, after the targeting was Lisiate Valetti with the escapability, the extreme run skills. So he's able to avoid multiple Alta defenders on that one. Looked like they had him dead to rights, but he said, not this time.
A lot of credit there to Valetti. I thought he was going to be brought down for the sack. Instead, steps up in the pocket beautifully, escapes, gets the first down. Valetti, handoff to Harris. Harris up the middle, but this time he's met and wrestled down. Another flag comes out.
There is a flag on the field.
Good play for the Alta Hawks to read the run and stuff it up the middle. But the flag is there.
I worry that it may be for naught here, as it doesn't look like, it looks like this penalty may go against the Hawks again. And if that's the case, that's 2 critical errors, especially after you had a stop here on the run play.
With 8:16 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hey, want to give a quick shout out to our guy Jake Hatch over in Idaho. He just texted me watching this Springville Alta game. Shout out, Jake.
Friend of a program, friend to you and me both. I would say a local legend in the sports media community.
I would say so. 8:14 left to go. Clock begins here after the flag. It's a 1st and 5. Ball on the 25, and the Red Devils moving the ball well here in the early goings of the second half. Valetti will go under center. Tuiono Valetti and Max Harris in the backfields, but prior to a false start, and it's going back for the Red Devils.
And now we're getting down into a battle of MAs, missed assignments, right? Mental errors. Who's mentally tough? Who has the fortitude at this point? Try and cut that stuff out for Alta. You need to get a stop now. On the 30-yard line, that's plenty of space to try and make something happen and get out of here without allowing any points. And for Springville, they've taken a lot of time off the clock, done exactly what they needed to do. They'd love to finish this drive with points.
1st and 10, Valetti pitches it out to Harris. Harris has room up the sideline to his left, gets the first down, and barrels through, pushed out of bounds. Max Harris with a big play, and the flag is out.
We've got a player down for the Alta Hawks there at the 30-yard lines. We'll keep an eye on that. We hope the best for whichever that player that is. But in the meantime, there is that flag down, Alex. It looks like it's in the area of holding there at the end. Is somebody trying to do a little bit of extra at the end of the play it really didn't need to do.
Liam Rowley down. The athletic trainers having to come onto the field to take a look at Rowley, and so we'll take a step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Presented by Tab Bank, Alex Annapolis, Brian Brown. The flag, as we mentioned, will go against the Springville Red Devils, so they'll bring the ball back after the Max Harris big play. Liam Rowley walked over to the sideline. Good to see him back up on his feet. Hope that he's able to return to this one momentarily. A 2nd down coming up here for the Red Devils. Or excuse me, 1st down coming up here for the Red Devils. Valetti steps back, looking to go deep over the top, and it's incomplete. Ball intended there for Stafford Small, but it hits the turf, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, not sure you can blame that on the wind as Valetti well overthrows his wide receiver, but you can see Springville trying to take advantage of the injury. Liam a very effective rusher, and immediately they go to the pass here after what was kind of a funky. It looked like they picked up the first down, then there was a holding penalty that backed them up, so it was actually first and 12, so they'll get a fresh set of downs, but the Red Devils starting at the 30-yard line all over again.
Second down, ball on the 32. 7:22 left to go in the third, and a whistle and another foul, and another flags come out.
Yeah, definitely a foul play on that one, right? As there's a false start, it looked like, on the offense. And again, we talked about the battle of the MAs, right? The misassignments, the mental errors. Who wins that here as things start to get tight? That's going to be the team that more than likely has the advantage as we creep into the fourth quarter. But this stretch right now, Alex, is really thrown off the rhythm and the momentum of the game. It's allowed Alta to be a little more stout here defensively.
This brings up a second and very long here for the Red Devils as Valetti under center. He'll take the snap. Hand off to Harris. Harris up the middle, escapes, and then wrestled down, almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but Max Harris doing a phenomenal job on the run.
And I hate to be a broken record, but it's just keep your feet going. It's so simple at times, but it can be so hard to execute it. You see what Max Harris does there. He just keeps churning, able to pick up 4 or 5 extra yards, able to get Springville roughly back on schedule. I mean, they're third and long here. That's not exactly where you want to be, but it's a lot better than where they were third and extra long.
Third down coming up here for the Red Devils. Big opportunity for this Alta Hawks defense to get off the field and get the ball back. Trailing in this one 20-14. Valetti under center. He'll drop back. Looking to pass. Goes to his left, over the top, and it's incomplete. Through the fingertips of the Red Devils receiver. It looks like that was Zachary Henderson into the end zone, but it falls incomplete.
Well, Henderson able to reel in the interception earlier, not able to pull that one in there, just a little bit outside of his outstretched hands. And you know, I like the call and trying to put some pressure on the Alta defense there, especially you've got one-on-one coverage on the outside. Henderson's an impressive athlete. He's definitely got the speed for it. But yeah, I also kind of wonder if maybe you don't run the ball there, try and pick up some yardage, maybe go for it on fourth down. Now they'll kick a field goal.
Fourth down coming up here for the Red Devils as they'll try to put some points on the board and extend this lead with 6:31 left to go. Prior to, we'll have a whistle. Delay of game.
Boy.
And this will go back. So you lose some yardage here, Brian. Do you still try to go for the 3?
At this point in time, you kind of have no other choice. It's your best option. You don't really want to punt it here because you're not going to get a whole lot of difference in the yardage. It's more than likely going in the end zone. Although it looks like that's what Springville's going to do now. And maybe you believe that there's enough wind that it holds that punt up. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on this one. They're in a tough spot.
Frischnitt onto the field. He'll punt this one away for the Red Devils on fourth down. They were going to go for 3, but the delay of game puts them back. Frischnitt. Over the head of Frischnitt! And he'll land on the ball. It's still out. Alta recovers. The ball comes back out again onto the turf. And the Hawks will get the ball back inside the 30.
You saw Alta bring the rush on that one. Didn't matter as the ball goes well over Frischnick's head. And that's one of those things coaches will tell you that the scariest part about a punt is that 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad. Unfortunately, a little bit of bad luck there for the Red Devils, and it allows the Alta Hawks an opportunity to capitalize massively as they get the ball on the 30-yard line here, deep inside Red Devil territory.
You felt a change of shift of momentum in that second quarter when Springville started roaring back. Can this be the shift of momentum that Alta needs to get back on top in this one? Tucker Brown going deep, and the flags will come out. Pass interference there.
Yeah, that one's a pretty obvious call. And you see Tucker Brown saw the go route from the get-go with Fabrizio and Fabrizio, Morton, all track guys, all speedsters. You probably heard the Fabrizio family name. If you follow college football locally, boy, I'm twisting up my words. I apologize. An easy call there for the officials. It's an easy first down. And it just, right as they were coming out on the field, you can notice the wind died down just a little bit, Alex.
It did.
I was thinking in the back of my mind, I wonder if they maybe try to take a shot here. And sure enough, it gets some big yardage.
First down now for the Hawks inside the red zone. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. Two receivers lined up to the near sideline, one over to the far. Tucker Brown takes the snap. He'll hand it up the middle. And immediately met nowhere to go for the Alta Hawks as Coaster going nowhere.
We got a Hawks player down. I think this one's just going to be cramps. We'll wait and see. It looks like he's trying to stretch it out. Got a teammate out there. So we'll get a little break in the action, Alex. But again, huge amounts of credit to this Red Devil defense. They have been outstanding in defending the run all game long. And for Alta, it's a bit problematic because this is a team that does want to throw the football. They want to utilize their wide receivers, but the wind has become a bit of a disruptor.
Want to take this time to shout out some sponsors. Again, Alta Football brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Under the lights and in the heart of our community, tonight's game is brought to you by Alsco Uniforms, locally owned and operated, proudly serving our hometown for over 135 years. From the first whistle to the final play, we keep teams and businesses looking their best. Alsco Uniforms, it pays to keep clean.
I gotta wonder if Alsco Uniforms has the Red Devils band looking their best. Sharp out here today in full dress uniforms. Love hearing that drum line. Not sure if you get as much of it in the background at home, but it's one of the best parts about high school football. It's the crowd. And I tell you what, Springville showed out tonight. This is a nearly packed house, which again, very impressive considering that school has not actually started yet. And also for these athletes, you realize just how much work goes into this, Alex. These guys have been working their tails off all summer long. Probably had to miss a few family vacations. Maybe had to stay home or cancel some boating plans or whatever because you're in the middle of camp. These kids work really, really hard to make this happen, and that's part of the joy of the job is we get to celebrate and promote the hard work and the execution on the fields on Friday nights.
They absolutely do, Brian. And a big shout out again to that Springville Red Devil band and to the Springville Red Devil fans. They've showed out tonight and have been amazing. It's been a good environment. My first time out here to Springville, and I've been impressed. It's a good environment, good times. And of course, it's high school football. It's just good to be back.
I've said it before, and I will continue to say it. There's not a bad view in the state here when it comes to high school football. And still waiting on the injury here to the Alta Hawks player. It looked like it was an offensive lineman, and I don't know exactly what they're checking there, but for the Hawks right now, they're in great position, Alex, to try and get something to happen, and they haven't touched the ball since the first half. 6-11, excuse me, left here in the third quarter as Springville has done just a great job controlling the clock, controlling possession.
Good to see the Hawk player walking over to the sideline as trying to get a number on that, Brian. It looks that might be
75.
Gerald Orn walking over. Good to see him back on his feet as we get ready to resume action. Here's Tucker Brown. He drops back, going to the end zone, and it's overthrown. Hits the turf, incomplete, in the direction of Strong.
We called Bear Strong's name a lot there in the first half. Haven't really heard from him here in the second. Really haven't heard much from the Hawks offense at all. And again, we talk about momentum, talk about rhythm and flow. You know, it's not just buzzwords or words that we throw out there to make people think we sound what we're talking about. It really matters in high school football. You see this Alta Hawks offense has started to bog down. And they've started to slow things down after the delays, and it's hard to get back into that rhythm.
Huge third down here for Alta. Miss snap as Tucker Brown has to just jump on it. The play is dead, a loss of yardage, but Tucker Brown and Alta can't capitalize on third.
Yeah, and they're back to almost to where they started now, as it's fourth down from beyond the 20-yard line. And an interesting decision here for Alta. Do you go for it, right? You had advantageous field goal position. Do you try and play off of that, go for it here, maybe either pin the Red Devils back, or do you attempt a field goal? Looks like they're trying to figure it out there on the sideline. I think they're going to go for it.
Tucker Brown coming back out. Alta's offense stays on the field here on fourth down. Tucker Brown sends Cook in motion. Brown drops back, going to the end zone, looking for Strong, incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. And the Springville Red Devils will get the ball back. They still lead it 20-14 with 5:10 left to go in the third.
Yeah, and maybe the best result there is Bear Strong was almost, it looked like triple covered there going into the end zone, and I get the thought process. You're kind of in a bit of a no man's land in terms of what you can do there. You can try and attempt a field goal, but I'm telling you folks, this wind is swirling super bad, and I know they have a lot of confidence in their kicker. I believe the coaching staff said that he kicked one from 70 yards out at one point in practice, which, we're talking about practice. But if you're sitting at home and you're frustrated by the call or frustrated by the decision, there's just not a lot of options there. Probably the safest play. Now, you turn the ball over on downs, you got to try and get a stop early here.
Following the Allen Iverson reference, it'll be first down Springville. Harris bounces it out to the right, and he'll be brought down. Alta reading that one much better. It looked like Harris was able to get those back-to-back big gains on that same play, but this time Alta reads it well, holds him for 3.
Boy, I want to shout out Bear Turner on that one, because they ran that same power play with the pulling guard coming out there, and Bear Turner took on the blocker, skipped right outside and made the tackle, and that is an impressive play for a linebacker to take on a lineman that big. I mean, we called out number 54, I believe it's Connor Johnson, earlier for a pancake on that play. Just a great sound defensive play from Bear Turner.
Second down as Valetti hands it off, this time left to Mex Harris. Harris trying to break free, but brought down by the Alta Hawks. It's Lucas Pagel who makes the play.
I apologize, it was Cade Johnson that shut it out in the pancake platoon. Good news, Cade, you got shouted out 3 times tonight on the broadcast. In the meantime, Alta has really focused in on stopping the run, and a lot more effective this series. If they're able to get a 3 and out, Alex, I think Coach Burdett and the staff would count that as a huge win in the back and forth battle that this game has been.
Big third down play coming up here now for the Red Devils. Valetti in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Straight up the middle from Valetti, and he's able to get the first down. A design quarterback run, and it's a first down, Red Devils.
And it's just a great call from Coach Bills. You have an athlete like Liciate Valetti, who is so good with his legs. You haven't had to use him a lot here in the second half. And you just line everybody up, try to get big on big, and he's so slippery and quick, and he's able to just kind of slither his way for a first down. It's like a mamba out there. I don't know if there's a navy mamba. I guess there's every color mamba now.
The Navy Mamba might be a good nickname.
I don't think that one's going to stick, but you let me know, Liciate. I'll stand behind it.
Valetti again hands it off. This one to run up the middle, and almost another first down here for the Red Devils. Just short. As Valetti, they'll mark it for the first down. So Valetti did get another first down. That's back-to-back first down plays from the Navy Mamba.
Yeah, you got to give them credit for running the ball like that, but I also want to give a little credit to Uli Falomahina, who was leading the charge on that big number 73, almost 10 yards down the field, engaged in blocking. That's part of what's allowed Springville to run the ball so well.
Valetti again just runs it up the middle. This time Alta, anticipating it, somehow escapes and is still able to get positive yardage.
You can see why he's just he's a slippery runner. He's able to bounce out the blocker and get to the outside, but then he has that power and that churn, and I'm sure it's an emphasis of the program here at Springville to keep your feet going, but it's allowing them to pick up those 2 and 3 yard gains. Doesn't look super flashy, but it's been so effective, Alex. You've got the lead and you've sat on the football almost the entire game. I hope people at home can tell how, I don't want to say affectionate, but how much admiration I have for what they're doing.
Second down now coming up for the Red Devils. Valetti in the shotgun. Again, a design run for Valetti. We'll see where the spot is as this one goes just short of the first down. But Valetti again using his legs.
Yeah, QB power. And so we got a steady diet of Harris earlier, and now we're switching up to QB power. We're just getting good angles. Navy Mama cannot be stopped, although he was stopped short on that one.
It's going to stick. I feel it.
I'm so sorry, Lisiate. I really am.
It'll stick. 1:21 left to go here in the third. A third and short for the Red Devils as Valetti will take the snap. Again, Valetti up the left sideline. Valetti has space up the 30 and wrestled down Lisiate. Valetti, you cannot stop him.
I think Alta's just hoping that they can contain him at this point as he breaks a huge run. So rare that you get an explosive play in the run game. Springville's had a few of them, and they get one when they needed one most. Able to get that deep into Hawk territory, and with less than a minute here in the third quarter, Springville's threatening to score again.
Another big important thing happening here in this third quarter, or at least on this drive, they've been able to take off a lot of time off that clock. 39 seconds. Valetti again up the middle. Finds space. Gets past one and brought down. Valetti again. Bear Turner there with the tackle.
And you're starting to see the fatigue a little bit from the Hawks as they're trying to stay physical, trying to stay strong out there, attack blockers, but just getting a little sloppy with the tackling technique. And see that number of tackles broken on that one. I wish we had stats like time and possession, because I think it would be heavily in favor of Springville here as we enter the fourth quarter.
We head to the fourth. The Red Devils up 20-14 against the Alta Hawks. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tab Bank. Alex Napolis standing alongside me is Brian Brown. We start fourth quarter action with the Red Devils up 20-14. And the Red Devils trying to add another score. Valetti up the middle, and he'll be brought down. One of the interesting is that Dave Valetti, the head coach, and his coaching staff were talking prior to the game, Brian, and you hit it earlier too in the broadcast, a lot of returning talent on this offensive line, and they're showing it here in the late stages of this second half.
Yeah, Coach Valetti was very confident with our crew pregame, mentioned that he thought that they were going to be able to rack up a lot of yardage against this Alta Hawks defense, and I don't think he meant it disrespectfully against the Hawks. They found something that's working. They're going power to the boundary almost every single time. Either they find a count that they like or a technique that they like, and it's been effective.
Valetti takes the snap. Prior to, we'll have flags coming out.
And just as I say that, it looks like the action's coming to the wide side of the field and they get a penalty. So I don't know if we're thinking too much out there, but again, we talked about it. It's those MAs, the missed assignments, and mental errors. They make a big difference in killing that momentum. We'll see if Alta's able to catch a little bit of mo here with the penalty.
First and 15 coming up here for the Red Devils as Valetti line up in the shotgun, and he'll take the snap. Another run just up the middle for Lisiate Valetti. And he'll be brought down by the Alta Hawks. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Good 5-yard run there from Valetti.
Yeah, it's a good gain. It doesn't necessarily get you back on schedule, but I think the bigger thing is it's just continued churn in the run game and moving the ball down the field. And I think that's one of the reasons that this is so much fun for us. Like, we got the whole staff up here talking about they're just rolling down the field in the run game right now. And I know it doesn't always look as aesthetically pleasing when you're watching at home, but it is a really impressive effort here from Springville's offense.
Second and 10 coming up here for Valetti. Another run up the middle as Valetti able to wiggle through. Valetti still turning his feet, gets the first down, and Valetti does it again.
Well, there's nothing slithery about that one as he just lowered his head and bowled over the defenders, was barreling his way downhill, able to pick up the first down. And now for the Red Devils, they're inside the 10-yard line, threatening to score. If they can go up 2 scores at this point, Alex, it would be a massive advantage.
First down inside the 10. Ball on the 8. It's 1st and goal for the Red Devils. Trying to extend their lead. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Need to get the snap off with 2. Valetti again up the middle. Valetti sneaks past, and he'll be into the end zone. Valetti barrels through, and the Red Devils extend their lead.
Power, speed, slither, it's all determination, heart, and effort there from Liciate Valetti as he led that offense down the field on that drive and finishes it with the exclamation point by driving into the end zone.
26-14, Springville lead it. The kick is up, the kick is good, and just like that, Springville up 27-14 with 9:55 left to go here in the 4th, and we'll take a quick step aside on the Rewind Sports Network. Want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network. Alex Napolis, Brian Brown, and want to give a shout out to Carver's Steak and Food. Whether it's a quiet night for 2 or a gathering with friends, Carver Steaks and Seafood is the place to be. Savor prime steaks, fresh seafood, and a dining experience you'll remember long after the last bite. Big play by the Red Devils as they bring him down inside the 10, and Tucker Brown in this offense will take the field backed up in their own end to their own end zone.
I don't know that they necessarily were trying to direct a kick to that exact corner. It looked like the wind caught it, took a funky bounce. The returner had to scramble thinking the ball was going to bounce into the end zone or out of bounds. It didn't either. It just died. So he tries to stretch the field and not able to get a lot of positive yards vertically. And now Alta will start deep in their own territory. And we talked about momentum, Alex. It has been entirely on the side of the Springville Red Devils. Outside of a mishandled punt snap, everything has been just according to plan for Springville.
Tucker Brown in this offense will start with the ball on their own 6-yard line. He'll hand it off to Coaster. Coaster will be brought down after a 4-yard gain, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And for Alta, you're down 2 scores, but there's still plenty of time to get back into this, and so you don't have to immediately go to any kind of hurry-up offense. I mean, they go no huddle, that muddle style anyways. You can keep pretty much every play call on your sheet in the game still.
2nd down here as a handoff, but prior to the flag comes out. It's another handoff to Coaster there.
And it's going to be a procedure penalty. You got trying to get guys going in motion at the snap of the football because you want to get that defense to move and to shift. And unfortunately, guys get a little bit antsy, and now it costs you 5 yards from that. So you're 2nd and 10, basically negating the good gain on 1st down.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up here for Tucker Brown in this Alta Hawks offense. Brown will take the snap. He'll drop back. Trying to get it out into the direction of Strong, but the flags come out.
I think we're going to have a pass interference on that. I don't know, 1, 2, 3 flags out there. You got flags from everybody.
Strong, the intended target was Strong. And first half, Strong, we called his name out a lot, and here in the 2nd half, haven't been able to see Strong too much for this Alta offense.
And really it's because Alta hasn't had the ball that much. They've targeted him a couple plays, targeted him on that 4th down. But you can see why they targeted him so much in the first half. He's a matchup nightmare. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. You can run him on those little 5-yard dig routes and those little out routes, and he can turn those into a big play.
Brown will drop back. Over the middle, Albrecht intended, goes through his hand, almost picked off, but it hits the turf and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and that's a lucky outcome for Alta as it bounced through the hands, or went through the hands of 2 Springville, maybe 3 Springville defenders there, falls to the turf, and anytime you see a tip ball like that, it is tip drill, that is a beacon in the sky to any defensive player that there's an opportunity to get a turnover, and it's a good ball by Tucker Brown, just not able to reel it in was Cole Albrecht.
Good play by Valetti. Playing both sides of the ball, trying to do everything he can to take that ball away. Instead, it falls incomplete. Here on second down, the flags are out prior to the play.
There's no need on the play. There are a couple of quick penalties.
And we got a late flag there getting thrown towards the pile. I don't know if that was a face mask or a late hit or something like that. Looked like the initial one was offsides, perhaps, or formation. Yeah. So we'll see. It could be offsetting penalties. They could both be against the Alta Hawks here, which, if that's the case, it's just more adversity for Alta to try and overcome.
8:52 left to go here in the fourth. Springville up 27-14 against the Alta Hawks. Let's see what the call is here. We have the illegal formation against Alta and a personal foul face mask against the defense. So you're right, Brian, offsetting penalties, and we'll play.
Yeah, and a lucky situation there for Springville. Had there not been the illegal formation, that would have been a big penalty. It would have been a first down just off the yardage gain. So breathes a sigh of relief to do the Red Devils. They'll replay the down here, though, and if you're offensive coordinator Marshall Henderson, what do you go to here? Do you keep it with the run game? It looks like they're going to go wide open here, 5 wide.
Empty backfield for Tucker Brown. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming. Tucker Brown slides through and gets good yardage.
2-1 run up the middle, Tucker Brown.
That's a great run by Tucker Brown. Great recognition. He's not known for being a runner necessarily in that you game plan it, but he's a great scrambler. And kind of saw the officials letting him. He slides down, and then he has 2 defenders go on top of him. They're kind of letting that go a little bit. You wonder if that's going to be their one, hall pass, so to speak, defensively. They try to protect the quarterback as much as possible at the high school level.
Third down coming up here for Brown. He'll take the snap. Out to his left, gets the catch, tries to get to the sticks, does, and then brought down Evan Morton, making the first down play. And a big play for the Alta Hawks.
Yeah, Morton trying to break that one open. He's a track star, explosive athlete. Had a good season last year. Have high expectations for him this year. He's able to pick up the first down. You can see he just has to use all that athletic ability to get it, and keeps this drive alive for the Hawks.
First down coming up now for the Alta Hawks. Big conversion there. Tucker Brown in the shotgun, takes the snap, a low snap. He's able to get it off to Cook. Cook goes inside, makes one miss, and brought down at about the line of scrimmage. Not too much there on the gain for Cook.
Yeah, Springville had that well read, and a good job by Cook just to get positive yardage, able to sidestep a defender or two and just keep going. Well, it looks like they're going to spot it back at the 36, so no gain on that one. But for Alta, you're looking for ways that you can be productive in the game right now. It's so hard because the wind really has taken away a lot of what they like to do in the vertical passing attack.
Time winding down for the Alta Hawks, 6:45 and counting. Left to go here in the fourth. Bunch formation as a big play there for Morton, and then Morton making a play. Almost gets the first down, but Evan Morton, he's a runner, he's a track star.
And that's where you see the growth in Evan Morton. Last year, he would have caught that ball and probably gone down. Now he's learned how to reset, get his feet in the ground, and be explosive, use some of that quick twitch to avoid defenders and make a big pickup. And now they're in 3rd and short.
Apologies to Evan Morton. It was Fabrizio on the catch. Fabrizio making the catch. And now Tucker Brown rolls out to his right. Gets it out to Strong, and Strong pushed that out of bounds. And a first down here for the Alta Hawks.
And then
Number 5.
It's a great call. Old, reliable, Bear strong, able to secure the ball before he goes out of bounds. Gets the first down. He's still got the ball in his hands. He's got a little something to say to the official about maybe some sideline activity, and not surprised. First game of the season. These guys have been hitting each other for a long time. There's probably some aggression over there too.
Two teams who can compete in 5A this season.
Absolutely.
These are two teams that made the KSL Sports Rewind Top 25, going head-to-head here in the first game of the season. As Alta here on first down. Tucker Brown going deep towards Fabrizio, and Fabrizio with a stellar catch.
I haven't been watching any of the other games, but I'm calling it out right now. Vince, Dane, Jeff, that may be a rewind top 10. That's a great catch by Fabrizio. Able to reach out, snag it out of the air. You saw Springville bringing the blitz up the middle. Tucker Brown recognizes it immediately, puts one on the dot. Able to pick up the first.
6 minutes left to go. Alta gets it out quick to Strong. Gets good yardage. No, it falls incomplete.
On coverage, number 1, Zachary Henderson.
And Zachary Henderson on the coverage there does a great job of, I think, getting the ball out of Bear Strong's hands, which we have not seen a lot of this game. He's been incredibly reliable for the Hawks, but I think the bigger news is that multiple times Springville has had Alta in third down, and the Hawks have been able to convert. That defense is starting to wear down just a little bit. I haven't been out there this much this game. Now this drive is starting to get long.
Timeout taken with 5:56 left to go. Springville will call for the timeout. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Coming up here for the Alta Hawks, ball in the 32 with 5:56 left to go. We'll have some conversations being had on the field by the Alta coaching staff.
And outside of the gated area until after both teams have shook hands and return to their sideline. All players to the sideline. Coaches to the middle of the field.
Both coaching staffs being called out to the midfield. Players to the sideline. I hope everything and everyone's okay.
I believe this is usually something with extracurricular activities that we would not want to talk about on air.
And that's not. I mean, it's been a fun, good contest so far, Brian.
Yep.
And it's week 1. Let's go out there. Let's have some fun.
Well, and I say that mostly because I don't want to speculate on what's going on out there, and we're far enough removed for it. We don't have sideline crews, and players aren't mic'd up at this level. That's part of what makes high school football great. It's just pure competition, and the officials doing their job, making sure that whatever is going on gets resolved between the two coaches, and it was clearly something that they felt was necessary. Take a breather, get everybody calm down, and just play football.
This part of the game brought to you by Southtown Mitsubishi. Do you know where to buy a new SUV with a 100,000-mile warranty for less than $30,000? Southtown Mitsubishi in Sandy at the Southtown Auto Mall. Shop now at utahmeats.com. Coaches now back with their teams, and we'll have here a chance to see both sides momentarily retake the field. Alta coming back out. Second down coming up for the Alta Hawks. And Brian, you feel that?
Yeah,
The wind is
everybody
gone.
sitting at home on their couches drinking their Mountain Dews is like, what are they talking about? The first time all night I haven't had a 40-mile-per-hour breeze in my face.
Alluding to, we'll see if Tucker Brown and the Alta Hawks are more willing to air it out. Down by 27-14. Tucker Brown, he'll go in the air, and it is incomplete. Intended there for Strong.
William Strong. Pass is incomplete. Coverage. 28, Trayton Harris.
He's got strong out there in the flat and just tried to zip it in there. Just had a little bit too much mustard on that one. And as a man who likes a little bit of mustard on his sandwich, I can understand when there's too much. I can understand those who don't like mustard at all. And this one, you just, Tucker Brown, play it forward.
More of a ketchup guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not good if we're both doing this.
Third down coming up. Tucker Brown gets it out, and it falls incomplete.
That pass intended for number 13, Clark.
And it looked like one of those ones where he had the player in the flat at one point in time, and then the defender closed, and Brown just took the safe play, throws it up. Maybe your guy can go get it, maybe he can't. Pass falls incomplete. Now it's going to be 4th down for Alta. But here's the problem. They've taken a lot of time off the clock with 5:47 left. You have to get 2 touchdowns at this point. You still have an opportunity to get ahead with just making your extra points. And so, yeah, it's going to force the Hawks to go for it here on 4th and 10.
Empty backfield here for Tucker Brown. 4th down, big play here for the Alta Hawks. Brown steps up, escapes, has room, past the 20, pushed out of bounds, and the flag comes out. Tucker Brown forced out of bounds.
After a 14-yard run. After a 14-yard run by number 2, Brown.
Yeah, and this is going to be a late hit out of bounds, and I can hear the groans from the people in the stands, but Tucker Brown is really struggling after that hit, and it was well out of bounds and late. And then, you know, we talked about it earlier. When he slid, that was probably their one hall pass, and so now that turns a big pickup from Tucker Brown. Wisely tucked the ball, ran, picked up the 10 yards. Now it puts him deep into scoring territory here, and it stops the clock, moves the football without any kind of play action. It's just one of those plays, and I'm not going to call it boneheaded or dumb or anything like that, because the kid's trying to compete. He's trying to make a play. It's just part of the process of learning the game.
1st and goal coming up now. And we have a timeout taken by the Springville Red Devils. So with 5:40 left to go here in the 4th quarter, Alta down 27-14. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal when we come back. Don't go anywhere for the conclusion of this one when we return here on the Rewind Sports Network. Now for the Alta Hawks as they try to get back into this one. Tucker Brown lined up in the shotgun. Cook in the backfield. 3 receivers over to the far sideline. Handoff to Cook. Cook out to his right. And he's going to be met by a swarm of Red Devils.
He did a good job to avoid defenders there and just get back near the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately forced to cut back into the teeth of that Springville defense, and they have done a great job tonight of swarming to the football.
Good read by Stafford Small, making that play, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Ball on the 10, no gain by Cook there on 1st down. Cook goes in motion. Tucker Brown gets it out over the middle, looking for Strong. It falls incomplete.
It looked like a little delay blitz there from Springville, sends it up the middle, and Brown feels the pressure, has to get rid of it. Honestly, able to get rid of the ball and throw it into the turf, and that's a good outcome for the Alta Hawks. As a great call there by defensive coordinator Coach Dave Valetti.
5 minutes left to go here in the 4th. Tucker Brown with Cook lined up in the backfield. A big 3rd down play coming up here for Alta. They need a touchdown. Brown goes out, incomplete once more as Tucker Brown can't connect. A huge 4th down call coming up here for the Alta Hawks.
And if you go for it on 4th down when it's all the way back at the 30, 40-yard line, I think they're going to go for it again here, but good job by Springville dialing up the pressure. Brown had nowhere to go with that one. We'll see what Alta's able to do here, but right now Springville standing strong.
4th down coming up. Tucker Brown in the shotgun sends his running back in motion. Brown looking for the end zone. Over the top, and it's a touchdown! Strong rises up, brings it down, and pulls one back for Alta. 27-20, pending the PAT.
And I don't want to get into the inner monologue too much, but that was a no, yes! kind of situation there. Tucker Brown off the back foot finds Bear Strong in the back of the end zone, and Bear Strong does what he's done all game long, secures the catch inbounds, and it is a huge comeback touchdown for the Alta Hawks.
Coach Burdett and his staff go for it on 4th down. They make the play and pull a touchdown back. Jack McAllister, the kick is up, the kick is good, and makes it 27-21. It's a one-possession game with 4:51 left to go here in the 4th. And we'll take a quick step aside on the Rewind Sports Network.
The 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander Trail Edition.
Tucker Brown to Will Strong connection. Pulls one back for Alta. One possession game with 4:51 left to go here in the 4th. Jack McAllister out to boot this one away. And the Alta Hawks need to stop now on defense. They got what they wanted on offense. Now can they get the stop they need on defense?
Yeah, under 5 minutes to go. There's 4:51 on the clock. Alta has all 3 timeouts. We saw Springville burn 2 timeouts on that drive. Wanted to try and get the defense settled in, and I don't hate the thought process from Coach Villetti at all. Unfortunately, now it puts them in a bit of a tight spot if Alta is able to get a stop here, and that is where the game hinges at the moment.
That kick goes through the end zone and out for a touchback. And so now here comes Villetti in this offense once more. Took a big chunk of clock last time they had the ball. See if they can replicate that, put this game on ice.
And then I think that's the real story of the game, is that Alta's not been able to stop this Springville rushing attack very often. Doesn't matter whether it was first or the second half. It's been tenacious. So will the Hawks be able to stand up, or is Springville going to continue to roll like they have?
Villetti will go under center. Villetti toss out to Harris. Harris out to the right. Harris gets past one. Harris wrestled down, and we'll see where the spot is.
Max Harris for a gain of 11 yards.
Harris gets 11, and it's a Red Devil first down.
Yeah, it looked like the ball may have come out at the end of that run, but I think it was caused by contact on the ground. And regardless, Springville retained possession and convert the first down. But all game long, Springville's been going up the middle, running in the power. You see the toss sweep there, able to get outside and pick up the big first down.
First and 10 coming up now for the Red Devils. Ball on the 31-yard line as the clock continues to tick, tick, tick away. 4:25 and counting here left to go in the 4th. Villetti again under center. Hand off to Harris. Harris up the middle. This time met by a swarm of Hawks. Maybe gets a yard on the game. But a good stop there by the Alta defense.
And you can see there, that's why I point out the brilliance in the play call to run the toss sweep in that very first play. Able to pick up the first down. They come right back to the interior stuff. Alta's right there to stop it. And I think more importantly is you got a first down, and you've now inched more time off of that clock, as we're down to 3:50 here in the 4th quarter. And perhaps more importantly for Alta, the wind has picked up a little bit again here. So even if you do get the ball back, that's going to have an effect on your play calling.
2nd and 9, ball on the 32. Villetti toss to Harris. Harris out to the right, and Harris brought down by Coaster. But a big run and a big play there by Trayton Harris.
And this is where football becomes such a game of inches. It's not so much the inches that the ball carrier is picking up as it is the inches in which side a defender chooses to attack. You see he chooses to try and attack the inside shoulder of the blocker there, and allows the blocker to get a better angle, allows Harris to get the outside. Most importantly, it allows Springville to pick up that first down. You know, again, it's teach tape here for Alta, and defensively, they'll definitely go over that in film. But you know, if you're the Hawks defense, those are the plays that you have to make right now.
3 minutes left to go. Handoff again to Treyton Harris. And this time Harris is met after he gets a 4-yard gain.
And we'll see if Alta decides to use timeouts. Clock under 3 minutes, counting down 2:40, 2:39. I can guarantee you that Springville is going to try and milk as much of the clock as they possibly can.
Still all 3 timeouts by the Red Devils, or excuse me, by the Hawks. 1 for the Red Devils. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 45-yard line. 2:20 left to go. Valetti will go under center. Valetti, hand off to Harris. Max Harris tries to bounce it out to his left, and he's going to be brought down for a loss.
Max Harris.
And a timeout taken by the Alta Hawks.
Yeah, and I figured that that's what Coach Burdett was waiting for. He wanted to try and get the stop there. 2nd down, a great job by the defense to swarm to Harris. He saw multiple Hawk defenders getting in on the tackle, and even more important, you saw defenders taking on blockers to allow their teammates to make a play. Defense is such, you know, it's such an intricate part, especially run fits, and I don't know that when we watch we necessarily think about it as much. But there's so much that goes into the team aspect of defending. Apparently the clock operators forgot that clock stop on timeout as it's down to 30 seconds. I'm sure the officials will get a handle on that at some point.
3rd down coming up. The Springville fans here trying to get into this, their own version and their own look at
after the game is over, please
a 3rd down jump.
Or inside the fenced area until after both teams have shook hands.
2:06 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 7 yards are needed here by the Red Devils. Can they get it? Or can the Alta defense come up with the big stop? Valetti in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Run up the middle by Valetti, and he's met, and he'll be brought down after 2 yards a gain. Huge 3rd down stop for the Alta Hawks. Oh, but the late flag comes out.
On the field.
Here I was getting all ready to discuss strategy, but I think this one's going to be in the bag. Very late flag. It looks like it's going to go against the Alta Hawks. That will give Springville a 1st down. And at this point, complete control of the game. We'll wait and see what the call is here.
As a result of the penalty, that is a Red Devil 1st down.
Well, the Alta Hawks defense, they came up with the stop. They did what they needed here on 3rd down. But the late flag will give the ball to the Red Devils with 2 minutes left to go.
And it looks like there's going to be a conversation with Coach Burdett and the white hat over here on the far side of the field. I think there's just some questions about what happened out there. And granted, if I were Coach Burdett, I'd have questions as well. It's such a balance, right? Because on one hand, these are high emotion moments. On the other hand, you want to teach sportsmanship. You want to teach proper behavior and all these things that we claim that that's the whole point of football, right? Is that we want to teach young men to be better young men. For the Alta Hawks, I think that's going to be a really tough one to swallow. And thought they had the Red Devils stop there. It's, again, a rushing attack for Springville that has been absolutely dynamite all game long.
First and 10 coming up now for the Red Devils with the ball on the 38-yard line. A big, big call, a big flag, and a big penalty. Extends the drive for the Red Devils. Give them the first down. The Hawks still with 2 timeouts. The clock not on their side.
They should, if they're able to get a stop here, they should be able to get the ball back with a few seconds. We'll see what they're able to do with it at that point in time. But for Springville, it's going to be safe runs. And I would put the ball in the hands of Lisiate Valetti if it were me.
Valetti goes under center. Valetti,
Oh, no.
flag comes out. And it'll be a false start, Springville.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is that it just gives, again, if Alta can get a stop, now you've got that much more space to work with, gives you just that much more of an opportunity. But for Springville, you can see what the plan is. They're just going to hand the ball off and try and kill the clock.
First and 15, ball on the 43-yard line with the Red Devils up 27-21. Valetti will go again under center. Valetti takes the snap. He'll give it to Harris. Harris up the middle, and he's met. The ball comes out, but the play is blown dead.
Gain of 2 yards on the play.
2-yard gain for Harris,
Second down and 13.
but a big play by the Alta defense.
And only 10 seconds off the clock on that one. Alta takes a timeout here, and that was an early whistle once progress was stopped. And so I think even if we did have review at this level, I don't know that it would necessarily be a reviewable play at that point. But for Alta, I think what it does is it gives you a little bit of confidence, right? You can still do this. There's still an opportunity for you. Get the ball back and make something happen. For Springville, I think the bigger problem is that you have an opportunity to really end this game, and now you've had a false start and then a stuffed run with a eventually stripped ball. You know, if I'm Coach Valetti during this timeout right now, I'm getting my guys and say, hey, this is where we prove all the work we put in the weight room, all the time we spent in the off season. This is where we prove that we had the mental fortitude.
Teams coming back out now after the timeout. Both teams, 1 timeout left, 1:54 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Big second down play coming up now for the Springville Red Devils. Alta doing their best to get the stops they need. Valetti will go under center. Tuiono Valetti and Max Harris line up in the backfield. Pitch off to Trayton Harris. And Harris gets past one. The flags come out. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but we'll see what that flag is.
Yeah, so it's going to be an illegal block below the waist, chop block, however they call it these days. But I think the interesting situation is you've got the stop. Essentially, if you're Alta, do you use your, believe this would be their final timeout, and decline it and force third down, or do you accept the penalty, replay the down? I think in this situation, you're going to decline that one. We'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, and I believe that as we're discussing this, I believe the clock is also stopped on that one, so Alta may not even have to use a timeout if that's the case.
It looks like we'll have a third down. Penalty declined. Ball back to the original line of scrimmage, and it will be third down.
Penalty is declined as a result of the play. 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 with 1:48 left to go.
I do think the bigger situation with this is that the clock is stopped, though. In essence, we talked about it. You cannot have those mental errors at this point in the game. First game of the season. We're all learning. Not trying to be critical here, but this is those kinds of things. Coaches love if you can get out of here with a win. It's going to eat at them if Springville can't get this done.
Valetti under center. Huge third down play here for the Red Devils. Valetti, he'll hand it off to Harris. Harris up the middle. And Harris brought down after a gain of 4 and a 4th down coming up for the Alta Hawks.
So now the question for Springville is, what do you do here on 4th down? Do you punt the ball and try and pin Springville back within their 10-yard line, but risk maybe it bouncing in the end zone? Do you just run around and try and kill as much clock? It looks like it'll be about 1:10 left, maybe about 1:02 left when they'll have to snap the football. So regardless, Alta is going to get the ball back in some way, shape, or form, assuming there isn't some kind of calamity play here, which I've watched enough high school football to know that the odds of that happening are a lot higher than we think.
Timeout called, but it's Springville who takes their timeout as they want a little bit more time. I mean, obviously you take the time off the clock, but you also get a little bit more time to discuss your options here because you are in field goal range. You can go for the 3. You're up by 6. Make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, maybe the bigger situation for Coach Valetti is he gets an opportunity to calm his players down. Those were 3 straight, almost 4 straight plays with big-time missed assignments where they were not on the right page. And so, you know, if you do decide to punt here, it is everybody knows their assignment, knows who they're blocking, right? Get your snapper, if you're going to attempt a field goal maybe, get your holder on the same page, right? Whatever you decide to do, just want to make sure everybody's calm, knows their assignment, so there's no opportunity for the Hawks to make a play that gets them back in the game with a potential score.
Hawks defense already ready, back on the field. They're ready to roll. They're ready to go. They want this ball back. The offense coming out onto the field for the Springville Red Devils. It comes down to this. 4th down. Valetti leading his troops out. Ball on the 34-yard line. They need 5 for the first down. Can the senior quarterback and this offense get the conversion? Valetti under center, trying to get them to jump off sides. Flags come out. And it is a delay of game.
It's actually probably an advantage for the Red Devils in that respect because now they're able to punt the ball with a little more breathing room. The only thing with that is that you don't catch Alta off guard, so they're able to set up either punt return or punt block here. We did see earlier in the game mishandles with a snap, right? So a little bit of gamesmanship there from Coach Valetti, trying to get anything he can. I mean, even if you were able to draw them off sides at that point, you weren't going to get enough to get a first down.
4th down coming up here. Punting away is Frischnet. Frischnet picks it up, punts it away. Roll past the 5, and it'll go. He stopped at the 1. Oh, goodness. That is quite the spot.
Hard to see from up here where we're in the booth what the angle was on that one. You saw the Alta player trying to almost bait a Springville player into touching it. Felt like able to down the ball. Well, they're even putting it like right at the 1-inch line. If Alta's going to be doing this, they're going to have to go the entire length of the field, and they have 54 seconds to do it.
54 seconds. Ball inside your own 1. You have to go 100 yards if you want to come back and win. Brown gets it out. Up to Fabrizio. Fabrizio trying to make 2 miss. And a big play by the Red Devils defense.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, that's an interesting play call. They got to get up and snap this. That's almost 20 seconds off the clock.
33 seconds left. Now we'll have the whistles as Tucker Brown will spike it and make it a 3rd down.
After the spike, is at third and 8 yards away.
So Alta now has to pick this up with two downs to go. 3rd and 8 after the spike.
Ball on the 3-yard line. Tucker Brown and this Alta defense, or offense, as Brown steps back, goes deep, strong, can't get it inbounds. It falls incomplete. And it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, he had Bear Strong out there, just not able to retain the catch before he steps out of bounds. You see the side judge right there to make the call, and now everything comes down to this moment, Alex. 26 seconds left, 4th down. This is where you show where your heart is. Doesn't matter which side of the ball you're on. This is where you prove that you put in the work in the offseason to come out of here a winner.
They need 8. 4th down coming up here for Alta. Brown takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, gets it out, the flag is out, Strong with the catch, but we'll see what the flag is. Strong brings it down. See what the call is here. And it's going to go against Springville.
So it was the back judge that threw the flag, and he threw it way far. So at one point in time, we thought maybe it was an illegal man downfield, which I may have had to walk out of the booth if that was the case. That's okay. Woosah. Alta gets the 1st down, able to move the chains. 20 seconds left.
20 seconds on the clock, 1st down. Tucker Brown, empty backfield. Brown will take the snap. He'll drop back. Gets it up and out. A 1st down to Morton, and Morton goes out of bounds, stops the clock with 14 seconds left. Devin Morton with the catch.
45-yard line. Alta's got plenty of room to operate now. 41-yard line. 14 seconds left. You're going to have to pick a major chunk yardage here with the next couple plays.
14 seconds left, ball on the 42. Brown again, empty backfield, up the middle, and it falls incomplete. 2 receivers in the area, Morton and Strong, but it goes incomplete.
You had 2 receivers in the area. I wonder if maybe they had like a hook and ladder set up there, something like that. You see Springville's got all their defenders back, only rushing 3 right now. And with 11 seconds left, you maybe get 2 plays if you're Alta.
Empty backfield again for Tucker Brown. 3 receivers lined up to the near sideline. Brown takes the snap. He'll drop back over the middle. Falls incomplete again. And it brings up 3rd down with 7 seconds left.
That brings up 3rd down and 10 to go.
Yeah, for a game that we thought was essentially over, this one has come down to become an absolute nail-biter. Again, Alta at the 42-yard line here, 7 seconds left. I think this one may be the end of it.
3rd down play coming up for Alta. Can the traveling side do it? Tucker Brown, empty backfield, steps up in the pocket, gets it out downfield, it's intercepted! Valetti goes down! Interception by the Red Devils, and they'll hang on to win! 27-21, the final score, and the Red Devils take it!
What an outstanding finish to an incredible contest tonight. Alex, I can't believe this was the first game of the season as it comes down to the wire. And when it mattered most, that Springville Red Devils defense stood up, created a turnover. That's the win. That's the game. Congratulations to Springville. Opening win.
Springville with another INT to end this one. 27-21 the final score. And before we head out, a couple things of business we need to take care of. First things first, your helmet sticker of the game.
Yeah, I had to save it for the very end here because I didn't know how this one was going to end, but really the nail in the coffin was Liciate Valetti at the end of the game with the touchdown run. And that sealed the victory, in essence, for the Springville Red Devils. So he gets my helmet sticker for the game.
So Lisiati Valetti for Brian, Zachary Henderson for the pick 6 for me, and those are your helmet stickers of the game, presented by Tab Bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder. If you are
Real quick too, before we head out, a quick shout out to all of our sponsors who bring you Alta football. That's Alsco Uniforms, Carver's Steak and Seafood, the law office of Roberto Hernandez, Lyndon Jones Construction, Ogden's Flooring and Design, Pier 49 Pizza, Staker Parson Materials and Construction, The Lift House Nordica, Uinta Technologies, Tiburon and Hoof and Vine, Axio EV, Southtown Mitsubishi, and Generous Auto. A big shout out and a big thank you to all of our sponsors who bring you Alta football here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Brian, final thoughts here on this one as Springville walks away with the 27-21 win over the Hawks.
It was a wild game from start to finish. Alta jumped out early, quick scores, but just an incredible contest between two really evenly matched teams, two programs that I think can go far. The 5A classification this year, and just tip of the hat, outstanding job by Coach Valetti and his squad, just dominating in the rush game. That's what ended up being the difference in this one, able to get it done, and just more than anything, we're just lucky to have this, man. I don't take it for granted that we get to do this and how much fun it is, and for these kids out here to compete like this and for us to get to be a part of it and tell their stories, it's just the best.
Great to be back. Week 1 in the books. Already looking forward to next Friday, week 2. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. I'm Alex Napolis. He's Brian Brown. Big shout out to Tucker. Big shout out to Josh on the camera. And from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.